What's up, guys? This is TenJohnnyBoy with you guys again, and I know it's been a while, but this is part 2 on the Atlas 45 pistol tutorial. And you guys already know, well, if you don't, just doing my exams in school, just finishing up, and we're finally into summer, so hopefully, if I'm not busy in vacation or whatnot, I will definitely do videos. Hopefully I can finish this in a week, maybe a few days or so. So yeah, guys, we're going to probably work, I don't know what I said in the last video, but I think we're going to work on today is probably the trigger guard, and if we can, maybe probably the magazine, and maybe the front of it. So we'll work on like the sliding and the sights and another part. But for now, what you want to do is just get a piece of paper. This is going to be for the front part of it. It actually has a rail on the bottom, but pretty much just make a tube about as half as big as the magazine, like the magazine holder. So about half as big. And then you're just going to tape that bad boy. And I don't know if you guys have played Witcher 3 at all. It's called Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I'm thinking about buying it. If any of you guys have bought it or played it, just leave a comment down below telling me if I should buy it or your opinions on it, because it looks pretty fun. But once you got that tube down, now what you're going to do is just cut it, obviously, so it's as big as the front end. But make sure that the front of it is like, because how we put it on the clip is it's not straight down, it's sideways. So cut the tube, the end of it a little bit, slanted like so. It just so it goes on better like so, as you can see. And then after that, you just want to tape that to the front of it. After we get like the slide and all that done, we're gonna work on like the templates, which is pretty much just like how do I explain it? It's like just getting 2 pieces of paper and covering the entire gun so you don't see like 8,000 tubes everywhere, which is kind of retarded. I mean, if you don't want to do that, then that's cool by me, but I don't like tubes showing too much unless it's like mandatory and it kind of looks better. But as you can see, you have the front part. Now we're gonna kind of, I always say rectangle it out. What I mean by that is the bottom of it, make it into kind of like, just make it 2 corners. Make it so it has 2 corners, like so, as you can see, kind of, the bottom of it. It's not just like rounded, it kind of has some corners to it. And just like that, obviously, like, not rounded, but just like that. That's kind of the front part of it, to be honest. If we could actually add a rail to it, you could just get some scraps of paper. Not really scraps, but get like a strip and just kind of cut a few lines. I'd say about maybe 7 or 8 lines. And then what I normally do is I get a big piece of tape and I stick all the little pieces like so, a good distance apart, if you guys can see this. Just a decent distance apart. This is pretty much gonna go on the bottom of this just to make it look like there's like a rail system going on. But this isn't mandatory. You don't have to do this. I just like doing it for detail. And detail's always looking good in guns, because that's what kind of makes guns sometimes. What makes it stand out from other pistols and whatnot, the detail. So I love detail. It's a pain, but it's always worth it. So once you have this kind of strip thing, all you really do is just tape it onto the bottom of the gun like so. Or the bottom of the front part, I should say. Like so. And just kind of fiddle with it, kind of fix it a little bit. Let's see. Let me kind of cut this a little bit. As you can see, just a little detail on the bottom of it, if you can kind of see that. Just some detail. If you really actually wanted to add a rail, you could. This could actually work as a rail, sort of. If these little flaps are sturdy enough, you could just slide something on there. But we're not gonna worry about that. Let me just secure something really quick. Yeah, there we go. Now what we're going to do is just make the trigger guard and the trigger really quick. The trigger and trigger guard are kind of integrated. So I'll show you what I mean. Trigger guard is pretty much obviously just this bottom part pretty much the exact same length, so just kind of do that, I guess. Hopefully if you guys are enjoying this, just drop a like below so it tells me that you guys actually do like these tutorials, which is always awesome. I love making these, guys. Love making these for you guys. It's always fun. So I tape it about 1/3 of the way from the top. Doesn't really make any sense, but it's gonna kind of look like that. Pretty much a little bit lower than if this bottom part just kept going along. It kind of like slide with the trigger guard, so kind of I guess along that. So just kind of make it like that. Let's see, how long is this? I'll cut it right there. Alright. I'm just taping it right now. Like this. And the trigger, like I said, was integrated, kind of hard to explain. Pretty much what's gonna happen is get a long strip because you want to make this sturdy. And it's not just like a thing like this. As you can see, it's not just like hanging there. It's kind of built into the trigger guard. So what I normally do, here's what I mean. I'll demonstrate it in a second. Alright, that's probably good enough. Yeah, that's probably fine. Alright, I will show you this in a second. So pretty much, I made this sort of, I guess, W kind of shape. Pretty much, this is gonna tape, this top part is gonna tape to the top of this, and this bottom part is gonna tape to the trigger guard. So it's like a, you know what I mean? So it's like a trigger like so. It's not just like hanging there. It's kind of attached, which the grill gun, I don't think it's attached. It's like, it goes into the magazine, but you know, we're not gonna do that. That's a little too complicated for my skills, so we're not really gonna do that. I'll show you what it looks like once I'm done taping this. So it's supposed to look something like this, kind of. As you can see, it's so if you pull on it, you know, it's not just like, you know, a little flap hanging there like this. So if you pull it, it kind of goes back. If that makes any sense whatsoever. It should, because, I mean, I think I've made one of these in the past. I've made these on my M1911s before, on some of my pistols. So I kind of know what is supposed to happen with these. But so now we have the trigger guard. And we'll just make the quick magazine. Magazine obviously is just, oh yeah, before you do that, actually, I would cover up the back of this, the handle, the back handle, because that's not where the magazine goes in this pistol, it goes in the front one. So I would just cover up the back, just to make it look, you know, better, not so there's just a freaking hole in the back here, you know, handle. That doesn't always look too good. Unless, sometimes those are hollowed out for purposes like foregrips. I think they're better to hold and stuff like that. I think you can actually hold bullets in some of them. But, you know, we're just going to cover it up just to make it look a little better, you know. Like I said, I don't really want stuff showing that really isn't supposed to show. That's why I'm doing that. As you can see, I just covered up the back. Let me actually just finish this really quick. As you can see, I just covered up the back. Like so, as you can see. And now, obviously, you guys probably know how to make a magazine. Or clip, I should say. Just, you know, make it as big as this. Don't make it too big or too small. I always have a hard time, like a very hard time getting these right. Like, they're either way too big, or they're like a little bit bigger, or smaller. Like, it's just, I always have a hard time making the perfect clip. But if you do, if it fits well, like, it's pretty freaking sick. So let me just tape this down. That fits pretty well, and just cut it obviously when it goes down. I'll cut it maybe a centimeter, so when you put it all in, it kind of sticks out a little bit. And obviously you want to make this rectangle. You want to rectangle it out just like you did to the grips, so it's not just like a circle, like so. And just tape the inside just to not make it look stupid. And obviously just cover the bottom of it. But what I would actually do too is, here I'll show you, pretty much for the bottom of it when you're covering it up, have a little bit hanging over the edge of the clip, if that makes any sense. So, well, I'm probably not going to do it right now, but actually if you want to, pretty much what I meant to do was when you cover it up, have a little bit, kind of like this I guess, have a little bit having over the edge, only on one side, so you know, it looks a little better and it's easier to come out. And that's pretty much been part 2. Hope you guys did enjoy. Obviously love making these. If you have any more suggestions, please leave them in a comment below. Also, this buddy of mine, or not buddy, but the subscriber, sent me a message a little bit ago asking for a birthday shout out. Happy birthday. I know it's really late, but hope you had a good birthday, and I hope you liked this tutorial, everyone. Next part, we're probably just going to work on the slide and the sights, and then after that, we're just going to work on some more detail and then covering up the whole gun. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I think it's turning out pretty darn good so far. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like down below if you did enjoy. Please leave a comment below also if you have any other suggestions for tutorials I should make in the future. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in part 3 hopefully soon, if I'm not busy tomorrow or whatnot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in that part 2 job right out.